Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. Today I'm making chicken and sauce the Haitian way. This is called Poule Nan Sos. Stay tuned with me and you'll be able to make it too. So we're starting off with 5 pounds of drumstick. This is exactly 11 drumsticks. I have a video on my channel of how I clean my drumsticks. I will link that above and below in the description box for you. And this is all clean, so I'm going to dress it up now. So I'm squeezing half of a lime on top of the meat, and then I'm going to put in 1 tablespoon of sour orange. I'm adding in 3 tablespoons of my Haitian épis. I have a video on my channel of how I make my Haitian épis. Definitely check that out after this video, of course. I'm going in with 1 tablespoon of Better Than Chicken Bouillon, the roasted chicken base flavor. This thing is really good, guys. Give it a try. You can pick it up at any of your grocery stores. I'm going in with 1 Maggie cube and I crush that really fine. I'm going in with half teaspoon of paprika, half teaspoon of garlic powder, half teaspoon of complete season, half teaspoon of black pepper, a 1/4 teaspoon of cloves, and then I'm going to mix it all in. Okay, disclaimer. You literally only have to use the Haitian épis. I got this question on my last video. Someone sent me a message on Instagram asking me, is it really necessary to add the additional season over your meat if you use the Haitian épis that pretty much has all of the seasons that you put on top? You don't have to use any additional season once you use the épis. That is completely fine and it's enough. But Haitians, we're extra, guys. We are so extra. Even with the épis, we still add more just to spice up the food because we like our food full of flavor, but you do not have to do that. Simply using the Haitian épis is more than enough for your meat. Keep in mind, guys, you don't have to use the amount that I'm using. I try to measure my food just so I can give you guys an accurate amount of what I'm putting in, or at least close to it. But you can put as much or as little as you please. It's all up to you. It's your preference, like I always say in my videos. All right, let's carry on. So as you can see here, I have my thyme and parsley tied up and I'm going to drop it in there. That helps to flavor our sauce. I'm going to put 1 medium tomato chopped up all over my meat, and I just like to spread it out in the pot because it just cooks down evenly. And then I put in 1 Scotch bonnet pepper and I'm going to cover that up, and I'm going to let this cook on a low heat for 20 minutes. After 20 minutes, this is what we're working with. I let the meat cook on a low heat for 20 minutes before I add water because I want the meat to form its own liquid, because that liquid is full of flavor from the seasoning. And then I add my water and that helps to flavor the water. That is why I do it the way that I do it. Now I'm going to cover that up and let it cook for 30 minutes on medium heat. Now that it's been cooking for 30 minutes, you guys can see it is white, but it's practically cooked. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to fry it. I'm going to lightly fry it. So I'm going to heat up some oil, and you can see here on a plate, I put 2 paper napkins so that I can rest my drumsticks on the paper napkin so I can eliminate some of that oil. So I'm deep frying it, and I'm just going to fry it lightly until it's golden brown. That's going to give some color. That's going to make the chicken crispy, and it just makes it so good all around. This is the color that you're looking for. This golden brown, nice, crispy color. Don't over fry your meat. Just lightly fry it because it's already cooked. You're just going to lightly fry it so it can be a little crispy. The liquid that the drumsticks was cooking in, that is still good. We're going to use it. All we're going to do is strain it. We're going to remove all the stuff that we don't need, leave it in the strainer, and get all of that good sauce. That sauce is full of flavor. It has all the seasonings in it already. So that is what we're going to use to make our sauce. So I'm just going to clean my pot really quick, and then I'm going to use the same pot. Now that my pot is clean, and you see my meat looks so juicy. You can eat it like this. I usually leave a few pieces on the side if we just want to eat fried chicken. And then I'm going to carry on to make my sauce. I'm starting off with about 2 tablespoons of virgin olive oil, and then I'm going to saute my vegetables. When they look good, I'm going to put in a tablespoon of tomato paste. I don't want to use too much tomato paste, but I am using some for color and for taste. So I'm going to bring down the oil. I don't want to add more oil because this is the sauce base. So the little bit of oil that I put in there, I'm going to use that to fry my tomato paste. And if you guys have been watching me for a while, you know I like to fry the tomato paste and not just put it in there. I add a little bit of water and I keep mixing it so that I can loosen up the tomato paste. The reason why I do this, if you haven't been watching me for a while, is because when you fry the tomato paste before you mix it in, it doesn't give your food an overpowering taste. When I say overpowering taste, I mean when you taste the food, you won't taste the tomato paste. It's going to blend very well in the food. Now that I mixed everything in, I'm going to add the liquid. And you always want to add a little bit at a time, depending on how much sauce you need. I'm going to be having this with bouillon, which is green plantains and rice. So I like to have a good amount of sauce I'm putting all. But if you don't need that much sauce, you don't have to use all of it, guys. Now I'm going to mix it and let it come to a boil. When it comes to a boil, I'm adding in 2 cups of water. It's all up to you how much sauce you need, but for this amount of drumsticks, I am going to be adding 2 cups of water. I put in my Scotch bonnet pepper, and then I'm going to add in my butter. You got to finish it up with the butter. That's how you seal the deal. And then I'm going to let that come to a boil. Then I'm going to give it this last mix. And guys, you want to taste it. See if it's to your liking. See if you need anything, because remember, we add 2 cups of water, so that definitely takes away from the taste. If it tastes good and you don't have to add any other additional seasoning, this is the time to transfer your meat to the pot. And I'm going to nicely do that one at a time. After I'm done, guys, I'm just going to baste my chicken, just pretty much bring the sauce right over the chicken, and it's all done. This is all done. Now I'm just going to add my onions that I had on the side. I always add onions at the end because I like fresher onions on top. I cook with the onion and then I add the other half of onions on top so that they're not too soft. And that is pretty much it, guys. Now you can serve this with whatever side you like, or you can just eat it like that if you please. Thank you for kicking it here in the kitchen with me today. Don't forget to check out the description box. That is where a list of all the ingredients that I've used today, including the amount that I use, is listed for you. Leave in the comment section for us, what do you think of this recipe? Do you do something different? Do you add something different? If you tried this, definitely always remember to come back and let us know in the comment section. I really want to know how it worked out for you, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bon appetit!